liquid fat from the fat.
So let's just go through it. Well, you can, if you need to
Yeah,
do that.
I need to do this, yeah. Few more minutes on that.
So let's just go through one more time on just, you know, you can keep working, but what are all the different kinds of stuff you can get out of one seal?
Oh my goodness, there's
Maybe start it out by you can get a lot of stuff out of one seal.
okay. The seal in itself is this seal is probably what, a couple 100 pounds or so. The amount of food that we're going to get out of this is, I can't even tell you how much we're going to get. I just know it's going to be a lot. We're going to get seal fat, we're going to get cracklings, we're going to cut these down. Now, put heat on them, rendered it down, we're going to get the oil out of it. That's going to be liquid gold right there. Very good stuff. Not only are we going to get dried seal meat, we're going to get boiled seal meat, we're going to get a whole variety of things out of this. So the hide itself is used for a decorative thing. We're just going to be fleshing all of that out. Salted down. Rain tanning was used way back then. I cheat now. I use kerosene and boraxo or whatever like that. Then we got decorative stuff. They got folks can make, creative people can make a whole pile of different things out of this, from hats to vests to gloves to what have you.
Awesome. That was perfect.
That seal is almost about 2 deers worth of meat.
That's what I was thinking, man. It's
Like if we got 2 smaller deer like we do usually, spike deer, it's almost like 2
2
deer.
deer, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, it's about 1.5 deer or 2, so that's a pretty.
It's not a small amount of work. It's like, you know, you get a seal, you got your work's cut out. It's not just like get it taken care of in a couple hours. Like you got a lot of meat, feed a lot of houses, a lot of mouths.
Yep.
One seal. And that's probably how it was in the olden days, huh? It's like somebody got a seal, everybody ate good for a while.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it. Yep.
Oh, you could talk about the intestines too, how we use those.
But
The Raymond is prowess.
Yeah, why you took just the liver and the intestines?
okay. So we harvest the seal. We go ahead and clean it right on the spot. The longer you leave it intact, there's parasites and stuff inside that get out of the stomach, get into the meat, get into whatever. So we try to harvest it right away. We took the intestines, small intestines, cleaned it out very well, washed it 3 or 4 times, then you just braid it. You go ahead and you can half smoke that thing, half smoke it, and then boil or roast or however you want to do it. You could also harvest the kidneys and the liver out of a seal. There's a lot to eat out of a seal. There's quite a bit. And each thing can feed a family of 6 easy. So.
It seems like one way that was more popular back in the day was smoked, right? More people
Correct.
smoked it now.
They
Now
have
it's kind of
smoked.
like a
Yeah.
boil it, get it done with quick. Take the time to just smoke it.
Yep.
And but you smoked before though too.
Yes, you did. Half smoked seal is good. When I cook mine, a lot of folks just cook their seal maybe a couple hours or so. They slow boil mine for about 4 hours and it comes out pretty. Get a little more tender.
like? What is it? What was it like back then versus how is seal hunting done now?
Oh, gosh. I guess seal hunting, I can remember my grandparents, like, Nazi. I have no idea how I got that nickname, Nazi. My son, I don't know. Everybody here has a nickname. You earned your nickname. You didn't just, nobody just walked up and said, we're going to call you so-and-so. Mine was Spud. I have no idea how I got that either. Maybe I hated Spud when I was younger. But seal hunting, like I said before, it was a big, it wasn't just a spur of the moment type thing. It was planned out. Everything they did was planned out. Not like it is today. We just take off and just by happenstance we go ahead and see a seal and stuff, we harvest it. But theirs was a lot. So I guess the difference is a lot of social gathering, interaction between families and hunters and where to go. That was another thing. You harvested a seal a certain time of the year. You harvest a seal during the summer months, you're going to get a really strong gamey taste out of it. They eat a lot of salmon then. So, and we harvested this seal yesterday, so it'll be February 20-something. That would be a perfect time. It's not as strong, tasting, smelling, so this would be a perfect time for it. A long time ago, old timers knew to go harvest something at a certain time in a certain area. I really didn't understand it. They would say the deer taste a little bit different here this time of the year versus over here, or seal tastes different and such. So. Yeah.
What about take me through? Sorry, that was just really
No, it's all good, yeah,
nice part. I don't mind a little bit of working, but it's when you go through the bones, it gets a
Yeah,
little,
I could hear it,
too
yeah.
loud. Yeah.
Sounds good.
But since we did it here in February, I mean, what's some of the different preparations you had to do yesterday to just to go out there? I mean, it was cold, and you maybe walk me through a little bit of what we went through yesterday.
That would be it. You had to basically let someone know where you were going in case something happened out there and you didn't make it back in. Let someone know where you're going, the time that you're going to come back in. Preparation would be proper clothing and stuff, and plans on if you got stuck out there. You have to have food, you have to have shelter, you have to have basically survival stuff. So, yep. I guess that would be it.
What kind of tools and stuff do you bring for just the hunt in general? What do y'all need to go through and killing a seal?
We're gonna need a hook, we're gonna need a line, we're gonna need a pole. I guess that would be it. Just basic tools and a little bit of know-how.
Do you want to shoot it right before it goes underwater? Like his big breath?
Oh, correct. When they come out of the water, they're going to exhale, and then the 2 seconds, you get to see them, they'll exhale, and when they come back up out of the water, they take another breath of air. So that would be kind of the time to go ahead and pull the trigger if your crosshairs are on them.
Leading up to finding a seal, I mean, what's the process of letting someone out on a rock and you know, trying to bring a seal in for a kill.
Right. There's any type of hunt, I guess, has a whole pile of different planning stages. Seals now, anytime I guess, they're kind of a skittish type thing. You see them on the rocks, they'll hit the water, they'll take off. If you're patient enough, you could just, I don't remember what in the heck his name was, I kind of did. But he used to sit on the rock and just make different noises. And it would, seals, I guess, are naturally curious. It was a non-threatening type sound and stuff. It was just a noise that was different, and the seal would come up out of the water. And next time it would come up, it would be 50 feet closer. And next time it would come up, it would be 50 feet closer.
Hey.
Take a shot.
Hey.
So, yeah,
So I've got.
It'd be in there.
Do you really always I mean,
Hold
is
on
that
one
your
second.
practice is to at least let someone out on a rock and
So I've
let
got.
from the rock instead of the boat?
What I've got at the venue.
I think so. I think so.
They've got a
They're
3.5
not moving.
jack
Yeah,
coming.
I'm not quite sure how good their eyesight are.
Is that the issue? Is that?
If you're quiet and
Yeah.
not moving around, you know.
That's yeah. If it was mine, I'd rather.
They'll see the boat over here.
I've got
moving
plenty of
around, they might
long
get closer.
XLRs, and I could.
So, Hunter might be right here on the rock. You'll be here on the boat, and this is open water, and it kind of comes
Yeah.
around this way, and the Hunter's right here, and you
So that's what I've got.
get
I've
closer
got.
and closer
Let's
to
go.
the rock,
It's.
and then the Hunter can take the shot.
What are some of the
Sending the audio by HDMI to the 10 mini.
what are some of the benefits?
How are you doing it?
It's worse. I have. So I've got a lav transmitter and receiver because I'm going to be about 25 feet away from the audio source with the 3.5 on it, and I don't have a 30. I don't have a 25 foot 3.5 cable to be able to run that, and so I am testing to see if I can. I have my lav set up so if I plug in my transmitter to that,
you're going to be able to be steady. You're going to prop yourself.
plug the transmitter into the speaker
and you'll be able to take it
and transmit that then to my to the C 300 with a. I might have a better.
What about, I mean, so once you shoot a seal, I mean, you really have, there's two things that can happen. I mean, you can either, the seal could be floating
Yeah.
or,
One thing, like,
it's
if I was doing this and they were like, oh, we don't have whatever, what I would do this just because I have certain, gear that I would have. I have an XLR wireless system, so I just plug that in my FX6, and then, put the wireless mic wherever, and I still have an XLR run into my camera. But if you're using 3.5, the one thing is that A10 Mini does have mic ins that are 3.5. So you can jack directly into the A10 Mini and not go through your camera.
So that's what I did.
And if that's giving you, if you did that and that's not working, giving you a buzzing, then you might try to see if you can figure out somewhere to go to your camera. Try to figure out what I'm trying to think here is, where is it coming from? If you jack directly into the A10 Mini and you're getting a buzzing, but then you go to your camera and send the audio through the HDMI, are you still getting that buzz? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Are you getting it either way, both ways, one way, not the other? Because there's, you're always kind of like, how do I say this? Like, eliminate things by changing one thing and seeing, like, does it still do this?
Yeah.
Sometimes they do things like a cable or whatever, So it's like, okay, well, if I change from this way of doing it to this way, does it change anything as far as what the audio does?
So I tried running it straight into the A10 Mini, and it was pulling for some reason. Like I had it set as like pulling the audio from the Blackmagic design, but it sounded like it was just pulling the like internal mic of my cameras. So that's why I switched over to plug it straight in my camera.
Okay, so there's a, gosh, okay. So there's switches on the ACAM, like for each channel, there's like, switches to change the audio from, because right now I don't know for sure, but it's probably set, and maybe you might want to jump on a freaking YouTube tutorial about an ATEM Mini, because each channel, you know how there's 1 through 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each one of those has, a video feed, but it has you can switch the audio on that channel. There's buttons there where it's probably set up right now to be bringing the audio in with the HDMI, but there's a way you can switch it to take the audio in from the mic in 3.5. And so probably what was happening is you plug your camera in, and it's taking the audio from your camera mic because that's what's coming over HDMI, right? You see what I'm saying? But you need to switch it so that you're taking the audio from the 3.5 jack.
Yep, I think I see. So those buttons, I switched them to off. Yeah, so I just switched those to off, and it seemed to stop. There we go. Let's see if that does it. Yeah, I think I see where.
Let me see if I can find. Oh. Let's see. Come on. Okay, this one. Let me check this one. See if this has this thing on this video. Gosh, I wish I could just skip ads. Stupid YouTube has turned into ads on everything. I just used to be able to steal anything I wanted, anywhere, anytime. Terrible one. I can't skip.
Let's talk about audio for the A10 Minis. This video applies to the A10 Mini, Mini Pro,
April,
Mini Pro ISO.
May,
Okay, this is the
not
one
much
I
salmon
think.
around,
Okay,
so
let me
seal
set
is going
this
to be
here. I
nice
think
and
this is the
mild,
one
a
it's
good mild flavor to it.
light.
Versus when we get a salmon, lots of salmon around, they eat a lot of salmon. There's a lot of,
I do better when I'm there.
it's a lot
I'm trying to,
different
like,
tasting.
I know.
A lot of folks don't care for it that way.
I'm very like a technical
The
like,
taste is too strong.
like with the finger. Let me send you this here.
Yeah, I think I'm running it straight
You
on the board.
get the seal in the boat. Well, how you even get the seal in the boat if it's floating? I mean,
Send it
that's
out.
a big,
Yeah, that's going to be,
Okay.
yeah, a small one, a
I'm
light
still-
one will be a good
I'm still
couple hundred
live.
pounds. So if it's a single person, I've done it in the past. I just tied onto the back fins or around the head with a rope, tied it to my skiff, and towed it up to the beach and harvested, cleaned it, gutted it there. It was a couple pounds later, and then somehow they're just able to, if you want to get a
Sweet.
couple pieces of driftwood or whatever, put them down and pull the seal up on a little ramp and roll it into your boat that way. So that would be for a single person type thing. Other than that, trying to get them onto a boat that has, 2-3 feet of freeboard, it's kind of hard to pull a couple 100-pound seal up like that.
going out with other people, probably.
That would be the best way. Yep.
Can you explain that with a couple people being it the best way and getting them on board?
Yeah, I guess that would be it. We just do the same type of thing. Tie what I would have done in the past for them is I tied twine onto a flipper, tied twine onto the back flipper, anchored it to the boat, and we're able to just reach down and grab the fins and pull the seal and roll it in that way. That way this part just stayed right where it is, and it just helped, little fulcrum type thing, pull it up that way.
And then once the seal's on board, I mean, you cut the throat. Can you explain why you cut the throat?
I just try to, the heart is going to be beating a little bit afterwards, so just go ahead and try to poke the throat, poke the veins in the neck and stuff, and it gets rid of a lot of, well, not a lot, but some blood that you won't have in the fat and the meat.
And then when it comes to, we're going to get into the processing of, or the gutting of it now. So explain to me once from when you get it on board, what do you do to gut it? I mean, from everything from how you gut it to bring it to shore and all that.
It would be, if we're close enough to the beach, I would get the seal, harvest the seal right here. We got the beach right here. I'd get it up, clean it, and then we'd try to get the seal on the vessel. So I guess I messed up on the process on that. But I guess we go ahead and clean the seal right here. It's basically the same thing as anatomy of a deer. When you're harvesting a deer, just cut down through the fat, through the skin, through the fat, get down to the tissue, cut up. Try not to cut any of the stomach or whatever on the inside. And then you have the throat cut up further on the seal through the rib cage. Then you could reach inside and grab the esophagus and pull everything out. Roll the seal onto the side somewhat. The guts will come out and you just cut down.
Yeah.
The guts will be out. Open the seal up right on the...
I know. I was about to say,
part.
Adobe
Cut
drives me
around,
crazy.
Cut around
with
on
that.
the inside and you just pull everything out. And it's good to go. You just rinse it down and all set. And then you just harvest the small intestines, pull those out, clean it, somewhat, grate them, the liver is the prized part of the seal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually, have you ever eaten liver before?
Yeah,
It
I really
has
appreciate
kind of
it.
a strong taste
Yeah.
to it. Seal is a little
I'm sitting
milder
here trying to
than
figure all
that.
this stuff out. I gotta fly out
Scoville
at
scale,
8
so to
a.m.
speak.
tomorrow, so.
I just peppered way up here, and the lowest is down here.
Yeah. So.
Cow liver would be taste right here. Seal is just a little lower than that. Pretty mild taste. Pretty good. And then the kidneys. You also take the kidneys and harvest those and cut them up and fry them just like a deer heart.
Yeah.
Just so many stupid things
So
that
once
go
you
wrong,
once you get it back,
especially when you're by yourself, you
I
know,
want,
like
if you
the last one I
talk
did,
to me a little bit about why we brought it back to take all the fat off and show the
I don't know. Do you know Will Judy?
the pre-K kids.
No.
Just what we were doing.
Okay, so he has a company called Alaska
You know, and the importance of, kind of talk about what you did with the fat for what we're doing now, but also the importance of why we did it in front of all the kids to, just show them and share.
Engineer kind of dude.
Gotcha.
He did all
Oh.
like satellite uplinks and all kinds.
It was always important to try to go ahead and listen to your elders, but as a little twerp, I always had something more important to do, playing around with a little plastic board or something. And a lot of that knowledge is gone that my grandmother was trying to tell me. Now, on that elder type thing, and we had we harvested a seal yesterday, and we had the Hunsonite group, that's a Haida class group, Haida immersion class, youngsters come down and they watch just the process of cleaning the seal and skinning it. Out right there, just little baby steps on trying to get them past the knowledge on to them.
I told him I'd do it. They asked me to get on it, and they asked me to do it, and I was like, I can do it, but I put in, I was like, I'm sorry, but this is kind of the minimum I have to do because I wanted to hire Will's company to give me one per